no deal. I'm jaws on the beat, I got flow that kills. Do my thing with a few G's, Lauren Hill.
What's up guys, it's Unders, and in this video today we are going to attempt to make a J. Cole type beat in Logic Pro using just the stock plugins and stock sounds. And as always, if I'm successful, there'll be a download link in the description for you to download this project, and then you can work on it yourself, get your vocals recorded on it and tweak the beat to your liking. And then when that track is all ready to be released with today's channel sponsor, they'll be able to help you out with the next part.
And a big thanks to the channel sponsor, Distrokid. Distrokid is a music distribution service and the best way to get your music out to all of the modern streaming services fast, efficiently, and within an independent artist's budget. Check out the description below for a discount today.
Okay, so J. Cole tends to go for like these chopped up or piano feel type beats in a lot of instances, or like a big soul sample. Well, we can't do the big soul sample default out of Logic, but we've definitely got some piano to work with, and then mixes it up with like pretty hard hitting drums, sometimes a natural bass line. Let's try and do all of those things. So let's jump into Logic. Okay, so here we are in Logic. Now, first things first, we are going to need to find a sample to start off with, and I want to find some piano. And in Blue Peter fashion, we are going to find something that I found earlier. It was called Hand in Hand Piano. There's actually a whole bunch of things. Fantastic. This one, I think. Yeah. It's even at 78 BPM. It's D, it's definitely D major. If we just drop the whole thing in there, if we press U, it's going to make a loop round there for us, which is happy days. And honestly, I don't even think we need to chop this up. We're just going to use this in these first sort of 8 bars just to run through our idea. It's a nice chord progression with no real melody going on, but working into a beat and leaving some space in that high end, that's going to work really well. All right, let's try and get a nice flat bass line under it. I'm going to be dead sneaky and use my stealing a bass line trick. So let's highlight the channel, hit Command and D, duplicate the channel down. Don't worry, we're going to bin it off shortly. So let's highlight our duplicated one and we're going to press E. Boom. That brings up this beautiful guy at the bottom here. I'll bring it up for a little bit easier for you to see. This little DNA twisting-majig right here, that is going to be flex audio. Do we want to turn on flex? Yes, we do. We don't want time slicing. That's what it's given us. We're going to use and abuse this. So we want to switch this flex time over here to be flex pitch. Boom. And it's now going to try and detect the pitch of each note. Now, because it's a chord, it's going to have multiple pitches per note, and it's going to struggle. They'll go through different octaves. Don't worry, I'll show you a little trick. Let's just have a scroll down. Look, it's all over the show, right? And because it's chords and it's struggling to nail the notes in some cases, we're going to right-click, set all to perfect pitch. Beautiful. It's going to sound awful if we play it as a piano. Full on ruined it. Don't worry though, we just wanted those notes approximately. So now we've got those, we're going to go to edit, scroll down a little bit, and we've got create MIDI track from flex pitch data. Beautiful. It's probably going to make some horrendous thing in Alchemy. We are going to abandon this one. So audio 2, we can just select it, highlight it, whatever, backspace, and that's gone forever. This will be awful. That's completely fine. Now I was feeling kind of like a played pluck bass type thing. So let's go over here. It brings up our audio library. We can just tap Y. And let's go to bass while it's highlighted. Liverpool bass, because I live just outside Liverpool. And that should do the job. Cool, it's still awful and all over the place, right? We are just going to tap Y. We don't need him anymore. And let's double tap on this guy. So it's given us all these sporadic notes. Now first things first, C0. It's all slide notes, we don't want that. So while this whole thing's selected, and we've got our inspector up here on the left hand side, can't see your inspector, press I. Boom, that's going to bring the inspector up for you. Transpose, just double click, put in 12, that's going to bring it up 1 octave for us. So it's now put us on the first octave. So it's not slide notes anymore, good. The other ones, you know, these are definitely way up too high. Yeah, we're not going to be using those. So let's select those. Shift Command down is going to bring that down an octave. He says. Shift Option down is going to bring that down an octave. That's That's a more usable sound, even still a bit high, but we'll see how we go. And the timing of these is absolutely insane because it struggled to get it from these chords, but quantize 16, strength 98%, I reckon. Let's highlight the whole lot, hit quantize. That might give us a melody, let's see. Yeah, that's just too much. What happens if we bring that down again? All right, I reckon we can abandon that one. Okay, abandon you. These really notes that are below C1, we're going to bring them up an octave, so they're going to end up right in the middle like that. Some moments that are a bit wonky, like this just here, right? But having that little like riff down, that might work, and then going into this lower note, if we snap the lower note there, boot that one out, boot that one out. These are all maybe a bit low. We'll try them up an octave, and now they're going to be right in the middle, we'll see. Kind of cool, right? Now we've kind of condensed it all down, we've taken out any like random rogue notes, working all right. What about in context with the piano? Fingers crossed, yeah? Okay, so the only thing I'm not feeling, this note, this should be like big and hard hitting. Purple means it's really, really low and quiet. If we hit T and V, we hit our velocity tool, we can just click it and just drag up, get a harder hitting note. Double tap T to get our main tool back. I think that's pretty good. Okay, this little bit here, that kind of works. I reckon we can just like roll that down, just go bonk, stick you about halfway, so it'd be if it was like on eighths. That kind of works. Yeah, I'll roll with that. We can always fix it up later if we decide we don't like it. Let's just keep things moving. So let's get some drums in. I'm just gonna press E to get rid of all of that. Let's use the drummer. So let's just go to the little plus up here in the top left-hand corner. And let's go drummer. Let's leave it on hip hop. I'm not gonna use the kick. I'm not gonna use the clap. I'm probably just gonna use this for some hats. Let's go, yeah, let's have it relatively complex, roughly around there. What we got? Okay, have a little bit of swing. All right, let's flip out the sounds and go for like the 707, 808 maybe sound that we hear in the tunes that we're looking to kind of do. Electronic drum kits, we know how to get here now. Let's open this in the right place as well. What do we got? 808 flex, let's give that a quick bash. That ride's awful. However, that's all right, like percussion vibes. I like that. And the fills are quite cool as well. Yeah, we'll roll with that for now. We can always mix it up a bit more as we go. What I will do is we're just going to right click on this. We're going to do convert to MIDI regions. We've got just the MIDI notes for it. I'm just going to split it up across the channels because I want to control them individually. So there's our hats, and then we can flip it out for other hats if we do it this way. So what we can do, take all those hats like so. We can go Command and X to cut them away. Scroll down to our hats here, and we want to change our secondary tool up here to the pencil tool. Hold Command, drop that guy in there, make sure the marker's at the start, and Command V, and it's going to put the hi-hats in for us. We don't want them there though, we want them on where it says root key. And now we can do that, and they're separately controlled. Also means we can do things like this and just switch them out to other sounds super easily. But I think the only other thing in there was really the snares. I want a snare and the clap at the end. Yeah, sound. What we'll do is take you down to here, and if we highlight that, our root note is way up here. Boop, boop, boop. So if we do our shift option, bring it up an octave, oh look at that, winner, winner. If we just hold shift and down, oh, hang on, we might even just be able to do it with down, to be honest. Option down, there we go. So now that will just be on the snare. What I might do now is just copy that to the second snare, and we can have a little bit of fun layering up the snares. We're going to need to move those so it's on the right root note, unless we do decide we want to pitch it. Let's see. So now I've got a little harder hit in the snare. So on something like the chorus, maybe we can triple that up just to make it pop out a bit. We'll see. All right. We'll put that back to a stack like so. All right, let's try and extend this across so it's 16 bars, and the only thing I'm going to switch up is going to be that bass line that helps it fumble along. I'm going to use that whole one in the second 8. However, in the first 8, I'm going to use the first 2 bars like that, duplicated, and then we're just going to bring this over here so we can chop it up nicely, and then there's another like dead chill section. Oop. Just there like so, and we're going to join those together in some kind of unholy matrimony. In fact, we're going to switch them up like that so they alternate like so, and now we get this. Too easy. All right, we definitely need some kind of kick drum now. We've got our 16 built. Okay, so we need some kind of kick drum to help bring this along. Got a little bit of percussion going on. What we will do, we'll grab a sample, and there is a nice kick drum on one of the hip hop drum loops. This one. Yeah, that buff right at the start. Sick. So let's grab that whole loop, drop that in, and I don't really want all of this. Works quite well, but I only want some of the sounds out of it. I was just going to take the kick, but I do like that snap as well. That little... That's sick. So what we'll do is we'll just make a couple of channels and we'll just have them in as audio. So what we'll do with the first one here is I'm just going to tap T and I think I for my cut tool. And I'm just going to cut it just before the snare, but what I'll do is I'll hold option and it will cut everything for me all in one go like that. Then I can just keep my kick there, can just drag that like that, put a little fade on the end. So now I'm just going to have that kick sample, that little snap that I wanted, I'm going to bring that down to there. Now in theory, there we go. And I quite like that little breath as well, so I'm going to just duplicate that one down there and just get that. I think that was the breath, I reckon. So they're sort of the three sounds that I liked. I can bin the rest of that off, and now I've got... Cool. And with the little snap, I think we're missing the start of it ever so slightly. So what we can do is just do that, zoom ourselves right in, and just bring it in on point like that. It was slightly off time. Give ourselves the tiniest little fade in. We've got a smart snap on, so even though that's slightly off there, it will realise that and it will keep doing it each time we duplicate it. Now it took a little bit of a level off on our gain. I am going to zero that out for the kick. And then for your guys, so I don't blow your ears out at any point, I'm just going to go to Dynamics, put the adaptive limiter on the master, dial that down and dial it back a touch. So no matter what we do, when we start putting big hefty sounds in, it doesn't clip. Now normally I'm not going to work like this, but when I'm recording video, it's the way I do it. Cool. Now this little guy is kind of cool. I'm just going to tidy that up a little bit as well. It's just a nifty little sound, but I don't want to overuse it, and I feel it's getting overused pretty much straight away. What I'm going to do though is just mark it there, bring it over to here, go over to our inspector, drop more down. I've got reverse. That's going to just give me a little reverse of it, so I can go, because I like that vibe. In terms of the little click snare, that's just going to be on the beats. Cool. And that kick doesn't sound right. Oh, that's all right. Maybe we can put it either side of the piano where we've got a bit of space, look, like that. Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty sick. It's actually this giving like a little pop. So I'm just going to quickly pop an EQ on it. I'm guessing there's going to be a whip of low end around here. Let's watch. Okay, look at that. Don't need all of that. That's just going to cause us problems. So shoop, get rid of all of that. It's probably something like that's going to be good. Happy days. Can actually make that even sharper and just get rid of that. Very quick bit of sound design. And drum beat wise, I think we're going to switch it up slightly for the second round. So we'll bring snaps in on the same place. I'll copy the kicks over, but I'm just going to have it delay. So we've just got something a little touch different. And I think there again with this, maybe just into that. What do we reckon? Let's see. Yeah, that should loop relatively nicely. Like so. Okay, well we've got that little roll. Let's have a little fun with the finger snap, shall we? So let's, on this particular snap, shorten it right up, give it a little fade off just in case. Have it like double snap like that. And we can even mess around with the gain a little bit. So let's do -3 and then -6. So it's going to drop. Go. That just gives that little bit of flair there at the end of bar 4. Cool, I'm going to do something similar at the end of bar 8, except I'm going to just really shorten that one up. And that one, and then I'm going to duplicate audio 3 again, bring that one through, bring that right to the end. I'm going to play our little reverse trick and just see what we can get at the end, see if that feels right. Then straight into the next one, and that should just feel like, oh hey, we've had our bar 4 change, we've had our bar 8 change, we're moving into the second 8, hopefully. Let's just see how it feels. Now what I usually do is I'll put a ride or a crash or something in there. So let's drop this down. We've got all of our drums in here now, haven't we? Let's hear what this crash feeling like, huh? Maybe not that loud and splashy. Not feeling that as much. I think maybe the ride will be a bit nicer. Where's its root? Same root. Definitely way too loud. So T and V. Gonna write down. That's more like it. What I could do as well is we can go bring that up there. See the Q sampler we got here. That will be for this ride. So if I think it's a bit long, I can just do that. That just shortens it off to where I want it, rather than it going on for weeks at a time, you know what I mean? So that's kind of good. We're getting somewhere with that sort of vibe. I like what we're doing so far. It's not too bad. What do we think? One thing I want to do is distort that kick a little bit. I'm going to use the compressor to distort it, which sounds mad, right? But if I go to Studio FET, which is by far my fave, and we'll go to distortion, just push that to soft. That just helps it hit a little bit harder. Now the attack feels a little bit quick, even though it's 15 milliseconds. Let's go around 26 or so. Still a bit better. Release, that should be all right. Auto gain, we're going to turn it off. We're going to dial the ratio back to about 1.4. That's more like it. We just give it a little bit of gain back. Alright, so we've got our 16, let's just try and work out a little 8-bar hook, and then we've got the majority of our beat set and ready to roll, haven't we? I think maybe what we'll do is look to chop the piano up just a touch. Let's have a look. There's no variance or anything of it, so what could we do to it? We could maybe like double time what we've got happening. So what we can do, we can shorten it down like so. So that's going to be like roughly one hit, right? We'll give it a little fade out so we don't get pops and clicks. We can duplicate it and hopefully, oh, not that. Not that either. I think, what have I set it to? There's a nice way to like slip edit them. I know what we can do instead. Let's slice it. Let's just use that section. Let's do T and I. Let's slice it like that. And then we can rinse and repeat a bit if we want to. So, since we've just sliced all of these, let's just do some quick fade ins, fade outs. So on the fade in, just take that up to like 5, fade out, take that to about 5. Should stop any pops and clicks happening. Or not. How's that? So, I reckon, let's use this bit. It's going to need a longer fade in. It's the end of something else. No stress, it probably won't happen when we do this. No, cool. So if we do that, crossfade those in like that. crossfade those in too. And we're just going to repeat that section across these 8. And what we definitely need to do is have some kind of drum switch up, or maybe add something. What we can do, bring this guy in again. We can use that bit of bass line, I think. That can repeat over. And we'll drop it out for the last bar. And in here, let's open these guys up again. And what we'll do is triple up that snare like we mentioned before. Let's just highlight that and get it on the right root key, although that sounds pretty good. Don't know how I managed that. On this, let's have a little flex up. Let's take these and we'll double that rhythm up like that. We'll bring this little guy up here and we'll just bring all of these down. Cool, so it's just got an extra little feel going to it, and we'll do it with these ones as well. Roughly the same. And let's make use of one of the claps as well. We're going to bring that in down here. Going to use that same pattern, but I'm going to take these parts out. With the exception of that part, I'm going to double that part up as well, but alternate it like so. In fact, let's take that whole lot and like crescendo it. You can just do that by dragging a line like that. And I'm actually going to quadruple these up so they're like so. I'm going to bring them even lower. Cool, and now I need to get our kick drum back in there for sure. Let's have like a pretty hard rhythm going for that section, so like syncopated there, and then maybe hits again afterwards. And that will just roll like that. Alright, let's test it out. So I'm just going to roll it from back here. Guys, that is me putting together a J. Cole style beat inside Logic Pro. Now, like I said before, if you want to download this session, you'll be able to. I will finish it up, I'll make it into a full beat, get it all color coded for you and mixed so it sounds sick, even though it's sounding pretty good already. If you want to hear the full thing, check the link out below. I always put a full playthrough on the download page. And I hope that video's been helpful for you guys. I hope it's given you some ideas and some quick use cases to work in Logic. And you know, overall just helps you with some ideas and ways you can work, and definitely giving you some techniques. I look forward to seeing you guys on the next one. Take care.